From an evolutionary perspective, why do we even have the sense of taste?
It's actually a really great question. But first, we have to start with making sure we're on the same page with what we mean by taste. So, if you ask somebody like me, a chemosensory scientist, what I mean by taste is sweet, sour, salty, bitter, or savory. If you asked somebody from the general public what they mean by taste, they probably mean flavor. And flavor is very different from taste. So flavor is a multisensory perception that is actually made in the brain. So flavor is made of the taste inputs, the smell inputs, and the somatosensory inputs. And there's, in fact, different evolutionary pressures to create the sense of taste compared to flavor.
So, then what is the evolutionary benefit to the sense of taste?
Tastes like sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and savory evolved to identify nutrients and energy in our foods, as well as spoilage and, most importantly, toxins. So, most substances that are poisonous have a bitter taste. So, if we take bitter taste, there are many things in the world that are poisonous, and the structure of those chemicals are very different. So we evolved many different types of bitter receptors to be able to recognize all those different poisons. But when we sense them, it produces sort of a singular perception, which is bitter. And we're born disliking bitter for a good reason. We don't want to have to learn the relationship between bitter and poison, because that would be rather perilous for any organism. And sweet is just the opposite. So whenever we sense something sweet, it generally means there's sugar present. The more sweet something is, the more sugar is present. And so we're born liking sweet taste because all organisms have to acquire energy in order to survive.
If this is an hardwired evolutionary characteristic trait for us, in nature, how come there hasn't been an evolution for poisonous stuff to taste sweet?
Well, yeah, so it's true that we're not the only organism, life form evolving. Yeah. And there's definitely poisons that do taste sweet. And in fact, that's sort of where flavor comes in. Flavor preferences, unlike taste, are learned. And they are learned by pairing sensory experience with a physiological experience like feeling ill or nauseous, or unconscious signals, actually, that are generated when we metabolize foods that tell our cells that there's energy present and our cells are able to get that energy. They send a signal to the brain that tells us that the food is good. So if we take like a berry, which can be sweet but poisonous, that berry is not just sweet, it has a berry taste. And that berry taste is not taste at all. It's actually flavor, and it's coming from the olfactory system. The taste part is sweetness, maybe a tiny bit of bitter. And the smell part is berry. And that comes when you chew it. The volatiles in your mouth from chewing the substance actually go from the oral cavity to the nasal cavity. And in the nose, those volatiles bind to receptors in a place called the olfactory epithelium. And then we perceive berry. I think the most interesting implication of these findings is actually for prevention and understanding the modern food environment. When you think about processed foods, you have all kinds of weird combinations of sensation that are no longer related to the nutritive properties, and the system really gets messed up. And some of the work in my lab has shown that when you consume even small amounts of foods that are like this, sort of mismatched, you can develop very rapidly insulin resistance and your brain response changes. And so this whole principle that it's really the metabolic signals that's driving reward. And thinking about the modern food environment, I believe one of the fundamental reasons why we have an obesity and diabetes pandemic on our hands.